You're about to learn an exercise that uses your neck and your eyes. It can be done in 30 to 60 seconds. And if you do this salamander exercise, you will get more peaceful, less tension, and more mobility in your neck and head. My name is Dr. Renee Ostertag. I'm a physical therapist and a psychotherapist, which makes me like a nervous system ninja. And I love empowering people with skills, tools, and exercises to help them think, feel, and behave more like a ninja themselves. We are going to talk through the salamander exercise. Thank you, Stanley Rosenberg. I'm going to show you the exercise and give you a few ways you can apply it. Susan's going to be our model today. Susan recently went snowboarding. How's your neck feeling?
A little rough.
Little rough, okay. And what I would encourage you to do if you're gonna try this, because you have a stiff neck, stress at work, if you tend to go into a freeze response, salamander is a fabulous exercise for loosening up stress and tension in the neck that generates headaches and lots of other problems like migraine, gut disorder, anything freeze response related, right? Or you had a whiplash from snowboarding or a car accident. Like there is so many things salamander can be helpful for, and I'm gonna lead you through a series of exercises, and we're gonna start with just the basic salamander. As a physical therapist who likes to collect evidence that's credible for the effectiveness of an exercise, I do encourage that you look at something before and after the salamander exercise to determine if it's a helpful exercise for you to do. So, Susan, let's get some baseline data. Sitting here without moving, what do you notice about your neck, shoulders?
Just tight and tense.
Tight and tense
sore.
and sore.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 to 10, how would you rate it? 10 sucks, 1's good.
I'd probably say about a 5.
About a 5. Okay. And now let's have you just go through some range of motion. Turn your head to the left as far as you can and just notice what that's like for you. And go ahead and do the same to the other side. Notice what that's like for you. And then go ahead and look up towards the ceiling. Notice what that's like for you. And look down. Notice what that's like for you. And then last movement that you can check. Go ahead and do a side bend, right? So bring your ear to your shoulder. This one's often tricky and sticky for people. Okay, did any of those stand out to you? Notice for you if anything stood out.
Probably this one.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that might be an interesting place. If something stands out to you, you can either do the salamander towards that exercise, towards that side or away from that side. So if your side bend was tricky or your rotation was tricky, maybe start your salamander to that side. Okay, so salamander has 2 parts to it. The first thing that you want to do, and I do always recommend just bringing your attention and awareness specifically to your body, so that way you're tuned into the present moment of what's happening there. So salamander, you're going to just side bend your head towards a side, but if you're going to the side of discomfort, don't go totally into the discomfort, right? Just head in that direction and stop at a place that feels reasonably safe for you. So you're heading towards the direction of discomfort, but you're not slamming into the end range of it. You're just moving towards it. Once you're there, you want to take your eyes and look down towards the shoulder or the floor without letting the head turn. You can have your eyes open or closed for this, but as you have your head side bent, you can look your eyes down out the corner of your eyes, kind of towards the direction of your ear, your shoulder, the floor. And you're just holding that position there for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, until you've had enough. Whatever feels good for you to do in that moment. And by good, I mean therapeutic. It might or might not feel pleasant for you, but sometimes there's that good unpleasant. And just come on out whenever you're ready. You might notice a whole bunch of things when you come out. Some people feel a little off, a little woozy, a little nauseated, unfamiliar. That's very common as we're unlocking this reptilian freeze response. Some people feel a little dizzy. As long as that settles within 30 seconds to a minute, 3 minutes at the most, I encourage you to consider that a healthy provocation that is unlocking something. And as it unlocks, it's letting out all of these gross chemicals that have been stuck in a mode of fight or flight. So it's a good thing if you don't feel amazing for a very short period of time. Okay, once that wave has passed, notice how your body feels. And just sitting here now without moving, what do you notice, Susan?
I was really uncomfortable when I looked back up.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that like nausea,
Yeah.
it didn't feel great.
Yeah, very common.
Yeah.
Is that still here now?
No, not really.
Right, so notice that wave can pass, so that's really key. A lot of people won't do this exercise because it doesn't feel good immediately after. But after that wave has passed, what do you notice now?
I feel like I have less tension in my neck.
Right,
Yeah.
good. So less tension in the neck. Go ahead and check mobility. See if it feels the same or different. Do your own test.
I feel like I have more range of motion now too.
Yeah, more range of motion. Super common. So, salamander exercise. The basic first level is just in sitting, tip your head to one side and look out the corner of that eye. Now, if you want, you can do the other side. If you don't feel like you need to, you don't have to. I encourage you to run science experiments and play with your own petri dish of a body life lab experiment and see what happens. There's other variations on this basic salamander that you can do. So you can side bend your head, let's say go to the other side, and you can look with your eyes in the same direction that you're moving. You can also look in the opposite direction and just see what that's like. One of the common things that people do, and here before I go into that, again, notice sometimes, and by sometimes it could be often, you're going to feel uncomfortable in and immediately after the exercise. If you're feeling uncomfortable in the exercise and it's manageable, you can relax while you're there, breathe through the discomfort and it settles, that's a really good sign. If you're too far into the discomfort, you want to back off a little bit and respect the edge and window of your body's tolerance. You're trying to go towards discomfort because it needs to move, it needs to unlock, and it's gonna feel uncomfortable if something's been stiff and stuck and you're moving it. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, you can expect that. But you wanna respect that as well. So if it's uncomfortable and you can breathe through it, great. If it's uncomfortable and you can't, back off just a little. More isn't always better. The fact that you can go into the direction is just a win in and of itself, even if it's 1 or 2 degrees. And so again, you want to pay attention to the discomfort during and immediately after. If there's a wave of discomfort and it settles within 1 to 3 minutes, that's a yellow light that's probably going to turn green if you keep going in that direction. So you can play with the side that you move to your head. You can do one side, the other side, both. You can play with the direction of the eyes, one side, the other side, both. I encourage a spirit of adventurous curiosity. What yields what? And don't be scared of discomfort that's temporary, because often the temporary discomfort yields long-term gain. What are you noticing sitting here now?
A little more peaceful.
A little more peaceful, yeah, right? And so if we stay away from the discomfort, we're also staying away from the peace that follows in the wake of the discomfort. One last thing, when people do the side bend, very often their head will rotate along with the side bend. You want to keep your side bend as pure as possible without letting your nose turn down. So just be aware of that. And when you move your eyes, whatever direction your head will often want to rotate with your eyes. So when you are in your side bend position and you turn your eyes up, just make sure that you keep your head in a nice neutral position. Your nose pointing straight forward. It's like your head is just moving in between kind of two panes of glass in a pure side bend movement, not adding in the rotation. Thank you, Stanley Rosenberg and the Salamander Exercise. My name is Dr. Renee Ostertag. I'm a licensed physical therapist and a psychotherapist in the state of Colorado, making me a nervous system ninja, helping you become the same. We'll see you next time.